time for another episode of Murphy, Sam, and Jody after the show.
Jody, you see, of everybody here, I think you're probably the expert in wrapping presents.
Boy.
I would say that. The cleanest lines, the coolest little, decorations,
tool.
and nice tool.
Wait, what was the business you had? Was it wrapping or was it baskets?
It was called All Wrapped Up. It was wrapping. Mm-hmm. Right, you could bring all your gifts to us, and we'd wrap them and then deliver them back to you.
Yeah,
my mom and I. Yeah. My mom and I.
Well, and maybe
it was short-lived. We gave it up. You know why I gave it up?
For the exciting career in radio?
Yes, we had started the business. It was supposed to be a side hustle, and I found you guys and started doing this, and there was no time for anything on the side.
I did not realize that we were at fault for killing All Wrapped Up.
No, you didn't kill it. I just decided
I
didn't want to split my time.
Could be a multi-million-dollar business now.
Well, what was really interesting is there were a lot of leftover supplies for the first 4 years that Jody and I were married.
Yeah.
I had
ribbon
Are you kidding?
You still have that stuff?
I mean, the paper's been used.
Yeah.
I divvied it up between my mom and I, but I do still have some of those pull apart ribbons because we bought them in bulk. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's forever. Pull ribbons.
I don't know if you have seen, but I've seen this popping up on my socials the past week or so, this different way to wrap presents.
I don't know of any different ways.
When I wrap presents, it goes in the middle and you fold over this side, fold over that side, fold up the ends, make it look nice and pretty. This new way is saying that if you don't have enough paper to do it, mm-hmm. you do it on an angle. Like you take this and you fold over the angle this way, and then you can fold this one over, and then that one
folding
over.
The pointed
it works
ends.
better. Of course you
pointed
can.
ends, and I mean, obviously this is
you flap
not
it
pretty,
down.
but yeah, and you can use less tape.
Sure.
And it looks better.
I don't know if it looks better, but yes, that does work.
Have you ever
physically.
done it that way?
I've never done it that way. I've always had too much paper. After the day after Christmas, what is my tradition?
50-cent rolls.
75% off wrapping paper. I go on the 26th like it's my job. Mm-hmm. I went last year and didn't need wrapping paper, and I couldn't resist it. I love wrapping paper. And so I like to pick out I picked out some donut wrapping paper, some dog wrapping paper last year for like 75% off, and it is so cute, and I can't wait to use it.
Yeah,
so I always have too much.
It's wonderful, but I'm a GBG, a gift bag guy.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Thank God gift bags came along.
I mean, because, it's easy.
GBG.
Now, what I did not understand when I first started doing the gift bags is it really takes 2 pieces of tissue paper. I was only doing the line it with tissue paper, drop the present in, and then I would give it. Well, it's like, no, you're supposed to have another one that covers the gift.
Don't even have to line it.
Yeah, I don't line it.
You don't?
I just do the poof on top.
Unless it's something delicate.
You take a piece of tissue paper, you grab it in the middle, and you go...
Oh,
and
really?
2 of them look really good. The more you put looks really good.
And if you use 2 different colors, it really looks good.
So it doesn't need to be lined?
No.
No, that's waste.
Okay, I thought it was artistic, but
the wrapping expert over there knows.
Yeah, well, that's true. And I mean, I will attempt to do things with wrapping paper. I don't know for years, I just can't make it line up. Even when I cut it, I can use a ruler.
You could be taught that.
But I still don't get it straight. I'm never able to get it flat. There's always a crinkle spot.
So you can't do it on the carpet. You have to do it on a table. Then you can get it flat. And then also, they're wrapping paper now on the inside. On the other side of the design, there are lines.
Yeah,
you can't mess it up. You cannot mess it up if you know how to do it right. But you do have to be taught how to do it.
Wrapping paper has lines on the inside?
Good wrapping paper does.
The good stuff.
All of the wrapping paper that we have has lines on the inside of it, Murphy. And the thing is, you have to be taught, though. I was taught. My mother, one of her first jobs in her life was working at a department store with one of her best friends in the gift wrapping department.
Yeah.
And she used to wrap presents for I don't know how much an hour. And so she really learned how to do it. And so she taught me.
It's funny is I think it is a lost art. My mom used to wrap presents so beautifully, and she used that ribbon, that skinny ribbon that if you do with the scissors,
curl it, curling ribbon.
Yeah, I cut my finger doing that one time.
Well, it's almost so simple that
Murphy can't do it.
Right.
I don't know what the problem is.
That's not your jam.
Yeah.
But hey, you can fix anything technical or light switchy. So good.
And you're a GBG.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a lost art as much as it is people don't have time. It's an impatient, you know what I mean? It's a patience thing, probably.
Yeah, I think it's artsy.
It is.
At a young age, I was taught how to wrap presents, but
Chad?
I just never invested in trying to actually learn to be good at it.
You don't care.
No,
Sure.
I don't care. I am a gift bag guy.
And so, do you like opening a present that's wrapped, though, as opposed to lifting out a a sheet of tissue paper.
I do tend to try to be very careful with the papers nowadays and save the wrapping paper. So
Smart.
I guess I do like doing it. As a kid, I was just like,
it's fun to unwrap a present. And there are times, believe me, Christmas time especially, I do get tired eventually of wrapping. Mm-hmm. But right now, I haven't wrapped one single present. So I'm itching to do it. I cannot wait to this weekend get to it and do it.
Did you
wrap some?
Chad said saving wrapping paper, but did you save boxes as a kid?
Only good boxes.
All the shirt boxes. It was like a family rule that you did not rip a shirt box.
That's because
or
of
throw
financial.
one away.
That's because your parents didn't want to buy it.
We had boxes from department stores that no longer existed.
That's
10
awesome.
years later.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's financial and smart.
That's still true in my family too. Like, you don't want to see my closet. It's ridiculous.
I believe
Shoe
you.
boxes, shirt boxes. Like,
I keep the really pretty boxes and I keep pretty bows and ribbon. You know that anytime I've ever given a gift for even you guys, and I know you don't even see it, Sam realizes I'll give Jodi the ribbon back because I will use it.
I mean, I know to ask about before I pitch a box for anything, all of our landscape lighting boxes. Some of those will be gifts this year.
Oh,
somebody's going to think
you'll
that they've
think
got
you're getting a landscape lighting
set of
but
lights.
It's not.
Yeah, I will tell you something else. That ribbon that's gorgeous that you can put in a tree. Mm-hmm. It looks gorgeous. Like, I like to go, if I have a simple wrapping paper, I think it makes a gift look really rich, high dollar, more fancy, to put the really good ribbon on it. And I do buy ribbon. I have a whole clear container box of just really pretty ribbon.
Yeah.
And that's not to be thrown away until the dog gets it or something.
Yeah.
You know.
I always, as a kid, thought it was super cool, and now I realize this was done out of convenience. But whenever I got a gift that was wrapped in newspaper, I thought that was cool. I don't know why. I thought it was so creative and innovative, and it's really just because somebody didn't have wrapping paper handy. But it was always kind of cool looking.
And it's got to be the funny papers.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
That's my favorite.
When it was wrapped in the comics,
that was one of my favorite little nostalgia moments in the show Mad Men, when Betty gave Sally a Barbie doll, and it was wrapped in the funny papers. It's like, oh yeah. So true that, I loved it.
My mom did ceramics a lot to decorate the house, and so she would wrap them up at the end of every year in newspaper. Wrap up each piece in newspaper. You put them all in the box. They go in the attic. And when I got some of those that she gave me after years, it's like you undo the newspaper, and it's like a 15-year-old newspaper.
Yeah.
So you just want to
What are you reading?
You sit there and read the newspaper from 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's so funny.
The only drawback to that is you would get all the ink all over your hands.
Yeah.
It was a little bit messy, but that's kind of a cool thing. When you're talking about the sort of the ritzy look, the one thing that I don't know how to do, I almost know nothing.
You're not a
about
rapper.
Rapping,
it's okay.
But I always thought that this is cool looking too. Is when something's wrapped with the ribbon 4 ways, and it's perfectly,
twisted underneath,
under the bottom.
Yeah.
It couldn't be a more perfect wrap on like a flat, almost shiny piece of thick wrapping paper. Those to me are the most.
Can you do
elegant
that, Jodi?
gifts.
I can. That's a little bit more work, but I can do it. Yeah. It's like I said, I like to do it up to a certain point. So what happens with me, and I'll probably do it this weekend, maybe Sunday night, I'll post. When I wrap my first batch of presents, I take pictures of them. I take little videos of look, because sometimes it'll be like a theme. Like one year I did black and white paper and red ribbons.
Oh.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Lord.
And that made me happy. It just kind of makes me happy. And then usually at our house, Santa Claus wraps presents. And that doesn't happen in every household, and I don't know why. Santa has always wrapped. And Phoebe's stuff is in one kind of paper only, and Taylor's stuff is in one kind of paper only. So I think that's been fun for them to unwrap.
That's how, Jackson and Parker get the same paper, and Maddie gets different paper.
Right. Oh, yeah? So it's a boy-girl thing.
Santa has a plan. Santa always has a plan.
That's magic wrapping. That's fast magic wrapping.
Yeah.
So.
And those stick-on bows, Santa uses a lot of those.
Yeah. So now that you've been watching, Sam, gift wrapping videos for whatever reason, are you wrapping presents this year for us, or are you bagging it?
Oh, I don't know. We got time to worry about that, but I want to try this new angled wrapping method to see if it works better for me.
I may try also.
I got the same problem Murphy has, though, when you get to the ends of the boxes and it's just all
crunched
mush, up. Thank God for
mess.
tape. Yeah.
That's what's great about giving sweaters or blankets to people. It's okay if that crinkles a little bit. It's kind of expected, But on a flat box, not so much.
No.